Hey, this is Anexandros here and Moon Sedai. Uh, this week, we'll be talking about Supernatural and at least the first season, our experiences as we've watched it, and sort of how we have been entering into the fandom. Okay? So far, we're only in the first season, maybe 1 to 2 episodes in, so, all right, let's get started.
Nope. We have completed the first season. We're 1 to 2 episodes in the second season, but we wanted to talk about season 1 before season 2 taints our season 1 opinions.
All right, that's really what I meant to say. Uh, we're only 2 seasons into season 2, so we're maybe at like 2.2. All right. Um, all right. Overall, what's your impression so far of the series?
Season 1 was very slow to get started moving. Episode by episode, they were okay. It was like, ooh, really scary thing here, really scary thing there, really scary thing there. But the overarching plot stretched over 22 episodes. They could have squeezed that into 13, I think.
Okay.
And if they were wanting to do overarching plot hitting every episode.
Okay. So you like the episodic week by week monster of the week idea?
I like Monsters of the Week.
Okay. I'm a big fan of actually Monsters of the Week. A lot of times when you get a series that has to have a long set of overarching plot, you tend to oftentimes writers will get into a show and forget that the overarching plot, a lot of people may be coming into it because their buddy's like, dude, this show is great, come on in, come see this, and their friend is already stuck in the middle of this overarching plot that I'm not following because the monster of the week is about 10 minutes of the episode and the rest is all overarch. So far I like I've always liked the monster slash item of the week hunt. Okay. Let's talk about. They start off with the selection of picking Jeffrey Dean Anderson, a major actor, for the dad. What'd you think of that idea?
I want to go back to Monsters of the Week and overarching plots because I'm just sitting here listening to you talk, and yes, I like Monsters of the Week. I do like having an overarching plot, but I think if they were going to do the big, massive overarching plot that they did,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like it was forgotten about
Mm-hmm.
in a few episodes. And I know you like that, but I would have rather had a little brief mention beyond more than, oh, we're looking for our dad.
Okay.
Or, oh, this is about Mom or Jess. I would have liked to have something more. A little bit more. I really felt that 22 episodes was dragged, extended.
Okay.
But Jeffrey Dean Anderson, like you were saying, I'm watching this and I'm thinking, hey, that's the guy from Weeds. And
He's not from Weeds.
he was in Weeds, and that the character he was photographed for died before the series started, and his photos were all over Weeds.
Not counting Supernatural, most people know Jeffrey Dean Anderson for being the comedian from Watchmen. He's the guy that the entire series is about because he's the one who has the suicide right at the beginning.
He plays a lot of characters who aren't around anymore, doesn't he?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because in Supernatural Season 1, he
shows up for the first episode and then he's gone.
He's gone.
For a good percentage of it.
And Weeds, he's dead before the show starts. The whole time, they're like, oh, Dad's dead, and this is what he looked like. And then Comedian, he's dead, and this is some flashbacks about him.
I do not remember him from Weeds. Okay.
Yeah, he was Daddy Botwin.
Yeah, now I've got to go watch Weeds again. All right. Okay, so what do you think of... We'll start off with the characters that we see. What do we start off with? Dean.
Dean.
Because he's the first of the two brothers that we get to see saying, Dad's missing, blah, blah, blah.
Dean really drinks the Kool-Aid of his dad.
Drinks the Kool-Aid.
Yes, I will follow my father's orders. I will do what Dad says. I'm an oldest child myself, and I understand there is a certain level of responsibility you feel for your younger siblings, whether they want you to or not.
Okay.
So I can see Dean a little bit there, but he bounces back and forth between, man, little brother, I can't stand you, to, oh, I must take care of you because my brother is only 20-something and cannot take care of himself.
Okay. All right. So he drinks the Kool-Aid. So he's much more into that hunter lifestyle, having been raised from it. Okay.
He's the only one to actually remember anything of a life before the hunter lifestyle, but he's the one who really enjoys it more.
Okay. All right. And then Sam, who I've noticed is your character.
I like Sam.
Okay.
Um, I like that he's actually trying to break free of his family's pattern, his lifetime pattern of what they want to do, what they want him to do, what he's expected to do. He actually like, no, I want to go to school, and that him having that educated background has helped in some of the episodes
Okay.
because he helps research some of the monsters. He actually thinks, "Duh, I can look it up in the library." Where Dean's like, "I just want to go smash things." I think that's the other thing I don't like about Dean as much as he's at this point he's just I want to smash something.
Okay. Interesting. I had never thought of Dean as the Hulk, but that totally works. All right, let's try this again. So what you like about Sam is that he's an intelligent character. He is a resourceful character, and he is a character who is willing to look up the information and learn more about the creature before running in and starting the battle.
Yeah,
So he does. So he does prep work.
he does prep work.
Okay. All right. I see it. All right. While Dean has always drunk the dad's Kool-Aid and sort of relied on his father for, here's where we're
If
going.
it's not in
here's what
Dad's
we're doing,
journal,
it's
it must
a
not
dad's journal.
exist.
Okay. Oh, okay. When you say it's got to be in Dad's journal, you actually make me think of Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade. You know, we're all going to rely on this mystic book that our predecessor has. What do you think of the idea that the father has raised these kids, and the father has gone from, I think, mechanic in Kansas to awesome super hunter, and Dean didn't turn out that way, and it really doesn't seem like Sam turned out that way. So, really, the question I'm asking for you, man, Sedai, is: do you think the father becomes an awesome hunter too soon?
I think because we skip over the 22 years of
Okay.
history of them hunting, because that's not important to us at
Mm.
this juncture in the story, we miss a lot of those Iron Man 1 moments where they are learning and fighting and studying and trying
Okay.
to find how to fight monsters, because otherwise he would have become a badass monster killer too soon. We do see some hint of him learning from other people in season 1.
Oh, with the
Missouri, the
cult.
psychic, the Colt. Yeah. What did you think about the character since he kind of...
And then there's the hunters, the hunter group that I'm really worried they're going to turn into. This is your mission of the week.
That's season 2, though.
Okay, I'm just worried that. Okay, but I've seen season 1, season 2. I'm worried that it's going to turn into that. I'm like I said, obviously I haven't seen all of season 2, so I can't comment on what actually happens. But I'm really worried that season 2 is going to turn into that.
What do you think of Dean?
What do I think of Dean? It's very clear that they wrote Dean first. It's very clear that Dean is the one who gets all the smart aleck lines. Dean is the one who the writers have really sort of portrayed themselves as. I get the impression when they write Dean, that's the character they have fun writing. That's their Sheldon from Big Bang. When they want to write the Wallowitz smart aleck comments, that's the one they go with. When they want to be Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica, when they want to have the snarky Han Solo comments, he's the one they get.
He's the writer surrogate, where you think Sam is more of the audience surrogate.
Yeah. I think Sam actually plays the chorus a lot, the Greek chorus. He is the one that they're trying to use as the, here's what the audience would have done, while Dean is, here's what the hunter would have done. Does that make any sense? Okay.
Yeah.
Which is why I think you empathize so much with Sam, is because he's the one that is most like you. A lot of this comes out, I think we see this as, we are technically Sam in that relationship, because Dad's gone, we've had a normal life. I think we started off having a boyfriend or girlfriend in college, and then we're having to learn that hunter lifestyle again, which is why I think they did it that way. If they had just started off with Sam and Dean already on the road, hanging out,
we would have had no real connection or...
How do they... Okay, the question that drives me up the wall with this car is, where are they getting the money for the car? And I know that we're going to say the credit cards... Yeah, but the credit card scam thing only goes so far. I mean, you never see... Okay, yes, you never see them pull a credit card scam in the middle of it. Yes, you see them do an FBI walk-on real quick, but, you know, you never hear any... They don't do any credit card scamming.
They no longer have a permanent address, so I don't know how they're getting the fake credit cards to send to them. Maybe they have a couple of P.O. boxes here and there that get the junk mail.
Okay. I'd like to see just a little bit of the credit card scamming and give them just a touch of, here's kind of how we have to get gas.
And we do see Dean, like, hustling pool and...
All right, hustling pool. Okay. All right, so we see this demon that starts showing up, and it looks like they're going to be going after a family of demons. So,
Family of hunters versus family of demons.
yes. So, obviously, I don't know where we're going with this. Why was the mom killed again? Okay, that's great. Something for us to look forward to.
The mom was killed when Sam was 6 months old. If there was something mentioned in the finale that I missed.
Okay, so what do you think of them making Sam, I'm assuming, first psychic, and then the hint of kids like you?
I think that's giving them something for the hunt of the week for the subsequent seasons. They can go looking for, well, let's find another kid like me.
Okay. Do you worry that this is going to remove the normal from the situation?
It sounds like you're worried about it. I'm not. Whenever you ask a question, do you worry or do you think, I'm automatically assuming that it's positive for you.
Yes, I
I'm not thinking that deep into it.
Positive.
One thing I worry about it. One thing I am thinking about is that all my friends who watch Supernatural, and I'm talking about you, Lee, and Lauren, and all my other friends who watch Supernatural, say, oh, it gets really good around season 4 and 5.
That's 3 seasons away. As a network executive, I would worry that based on season 1, it's good. Sorry, my train of thought just blew
A lot
up.
of TV shows actually start to fizzle out about season 5. Buffy. Don't curse me for this. But Buffy was really good for the first 3 seasons while she's in high school. Then she goes to college and everything goes stupid.
Okay.
That's just an example, but I think it's a fair example. House. It's great the first couple seasons. Then he goes kind of wackadoo when he needs to get more interns. Very few shows can really maintain a season by season by season by season, multiple season story arcs, and maintain the good stuff. To hear that it doesn't get good until season 4 or 5 kind of scares me. I think that's one thing that works with Doctor Who is that every time it could possibly stop getting good, they just change the major actor. New characters.
That is not how that works. They changed the major actor because the major actor either needs to move to something else. Like in Tennant's case, it was, I'm worried that I'm going to be on this show forever because I would love to do it, but I'm worried that my being here is going to trash it. While in Tom Baker's case, it was, I'm going to be here for quite some time. But that's another fandom. Let's get back to
Supernatural. Things that concern me with Supernatural season 1. He's hit on a lot of them already. Not so much the monsters of the week that they're idea, because I don't worry that, or the credit card fraud. It feels to me a lot like the old Star Trek episodes where they're not really dealing with the ramifications of the stuff they're doing from week to week.
That's genius.
I forgot that Dean was dead until the cop lady's like, oh, I see a Dean Winchester here who died some time ago. Oh, yeah, that's my other cousin.
Okay.
They're not really dealing with the things that they've done in past cities.
Well,
and that bothers me.
Probably be chased out of town.
Yeah.
And you see that several times.
They are chased out of town.
You're leaving now. Yeah.
They are chased out of town, but...
What ramification do you think needs to be covered? Like, give me an episode, just example.
Let's see. So many episodes that aren't really covered. Was Clown season 2 or season 1?
The clown. We'll float that it's just in that area. Go ahead.
No, that was in season 2 because that was after Dad's dead. But I'll go with. I'm thinking of one. There's the one where they rescue the stepmom of the boy, who's like Sam in that his mom was killed when he was a 6-month-old baby.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Oh, there.
What's the ramification that you don't feel that they finished?
Why were they there? Did the mom... I don't remember. Did the stepmom lie about them having not been there, or... I don't know.
It was the one where they went to their old home, was it?
No, this was a different one.
Okay.
But that is another one. They go to their old home. They get all these people to lie for them, the ones that do get on their side. That's a little weird, but maybe it'll make sense. I'm liking the show though. Don't get me wrong. I like the show. I don't like being scared, so I can only watch about 2 or 3 episodes at once before I stop for a couple hours.
Okay.
This one likes scary.
I like the scary. That's why I write. Okay. Anyway, so we've hit on Sam, Dean, Dad. Okay, here is your projection, even though you're wrong, or even though you're probably going to be wrong. What are your projections? What do you think is going to happen?
The demon guy is gonna come back and probably make fun of Sam and Dean. They're gonna run into some more hunters. Probably find some more kids like Sam. Mm-hmm. Even though they exorcised Meg, I don't think we've seen the last of her. She was just too fun.
All right.
There are more and more demons everywhere they go. I think eventually it's going to be more demon and less real people, which kind of worries me.
Okay.
Because I like the idea of having normals at risk.
Okay.
You?
Coming down the line, we've already kind of touched on what I'm concerned about. As long as they keep it relatively Monster of the Week, it'll probably be good. If it takes too many episodes to tell any story arc, or they start focusing too much on the long one, they're gonna start having trouble.
Few moments in the series that have really kind of like grabbed you thus far. Any like visuals or story bits?
Any visuals that really grabbed me? I know it's early in season 1, but I think so far my favorite of the write-ups, or my favorite of the episodes, is the one with the hitchhiker woman who killed her 2 kids. That's actually my favorite episode, and I can't tell you why. It's just a nice, easy
I think that was
to
the
understand
pilot.
That's what sold the series then.
That one, the story bored me. I was watching that and I'm like, seriously, this is boring.
That seemed to me much more realistic of a ghost story. The rest of them are... Sam and Dean have run into multiple ghosts, multiple spirits, multiple demons. At that point... Okay, when we see the other hunters, the Spengler and Zedmore...
Those I found funny.
The Ghostbuster reference.
Yeah.
When they do that, those boys think that they're professionals because they have seen a base flip over, which is really much closer to actual ghost hunters who say, wow, I read an EMF rating of 2.8 and I saw a base flip over and the room got cold. That's a much more realistic ghost hunter, and I realize that's the ghost hunter we actually see on, like, I'm going to say Discovery Geographic channels. So it's a much more realistic ghost story. So when Sam and Dean are able to find Rakshasa and are able to find demons and are able to find ghosts and are able to actually make contact with vampires and such, their world is much, I'm going to say, obviously more impressive than the ghost story, but their ability to find these ghosts is almost beyond normal for 2 boys who aren't hunters.
Maybe it could be that they have some sort of weird psychic ability because they've been around so many ghosts in their life, or because of whatever happened when Sam was a baby. I don't know.
Okay.
Moments that really hit me was when Jessica, in the first episode, when she got
once again
on fire on the ceiling. That was an oh my god, that actually pulled me back into wanting to see what happened next. Because up until that point, I'm like, man, I don't know. And then to see his girlfriend die the same way as his mom, that kind of pulled me in. Then there was when we see Meg cut that guy's neck. That kind of like startled me into, oh my god! I'm thinking more visuals and less stories, though.
Oh, visuals. Well, yeah, the fire girl on the ceiling thing is quite popular, or is quite catching. We're talking just nice visuals. I think the Rakshasa one. I really liked the Rakshasa. I know it's season 2, but that creepy smile was my favorite part of that scene.
I liked the storyline they did at the motel with the kids all getting sick and the witch that was sucking kid spirits and all the kids were
The
dying.
Strega?
The Strega.
Okay. The
And
Doctor.
The Doctor. And Sam had been attacked by it earlier.
Yeah.
I liked that storyline.
Okay. Do you think that the Strega attack is part of what makes Sam psychic, at least as the demon has implied?
I don't know.
Okay.
It
All
could
right.
be the demon himself. We haven't seen much beyond season 2, episode 2.
Yeah. Okay. So this is our impressions of Supernatural, even though we're probably, well, we may not be, but those are our impressions of what we think is coming. Okay.
Okay.
So do you want to? So how far? Just assuming now, how far do you think you want to watch Supernatural? I mean, do you think you're going to trudge through 2 and 3, knowing that it gets good at 4 or 5 or whatever number it is?
I'll continue watching. I'm still holding my breath on it getting really good at season 4 and 5.
Okay. Do you think it's good at 1?
1 was okay.
Okay.
On a scale of, say, show I'll never watch again,
Okay.
to show, oh my god, I must watch the show all the time, I'm going to say we're at about a 5.
You're a 5? Okay.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, anything below about 4 to 5 is kind of channel flippy. So you're in that area where you might consider flipping the channel to something better. Because at that point, everything kind of hits about the medium point.
I'm about medium on it. I'm watching it because I'm watching it for you people.
I'm watching it for you people. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of sitting around 5 to 6. It's channel flippy, but I'm in it because one, we're watching it for you people, and the other reason why I'm kind of watching it is because I saw a large fandom at the last convention we went to, and I can't remember I apologize. I can't remember what the most, I'm assuming, recent tragedy is, but it seemed to hit a lot of the Supernatural fandom. Supernatural fans have never really been something that I've seen come out in spades, much like, unlike, the Firefly, Joss Whedon, Avenger people, or the Doctor Who people, or like Assassin's Creed. So Supernatural's kind of been one of those, underground, we're watching it for, is it 8 or 9 seasons? But now I'm really hearing about it. So, yeah, we're going to see what's coming up then. Kind of excited about that. All right. I'm going to let you wrap it up.
Yeah, so that's our discussion and take on Supernatural Season 1. We are probably wrong on everything. And I realize we've watched this over a period of days, over the last week, and
we're Netflixing.
We're Netflixing it.
You don't have to make faces here. You can just...
We watched it over a period of days. We've also been watching it kind of late at night, so there is some chance that we've missed stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we find spooky things are better to watch at night, even though I don't like being scared. Any questions or comments, there's a comment bar on our website.
It's usually somewhere around here.
Somewhere around here. Yeah. Land of Nerds, Sedai and Anexandros. Can't wait to record Supernatural Season 2.